everyone, welcome back. So let me ask you something. How many of you are still building Excel reports using XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP to pull data from different sheets? Yeah, I thought so. And look, lookup formulas work. I'm not going to pretend they don't. But if you're using them for reports that you have to update every single week or every month, you're making your life way harder than it needs to be. Because every time new data comes in, you're copying formulas, fixing broken references, dealing with slow file performance, and crossing your fingers that nothing breaks. There is a better way, and once you see it, I promise you, you'll never go back to lookup formulas for this kind of work again. Today I'm going to show you how to use Excel's data model and Power Pivot to connect multiple tables, build relationships between them, and create a dynamic report that updates with literally one click. No formulas to copy, no broken lookups, no slow files. Let's get into it. All right, so here's the scenario we're working with today. And honestly, this is super common in real workplaces. We've got 3 separate sheets. First, a sales sheet with sale ID, date, product ID, store ID, and quantity sold. Second, a products sheet with product names, categories, and prices. And third, a stores sheet with store name, city, state, and region. Now here's the problem. The sales sheet only has product IDs and store IDs, just numbers. You can't send that to your manager and call it a report. So what most people do? They start writing lookup formulas. Pull the product name from the products sheet, pull the store name from the stores sheet, pull the region, pull the price, and before you know it, your sheet is loaded with formulas across every single column. And it works until it doesn't. New data comes in, something shifts, a reference breaks, or your file is now so heavy it takes 10 seconds to open. Sound familiar? The fix is simple. Instead of using formulas to merge the data yourself, you let Excel handle the connections. That's exactly what the data model is for. Okay, step 1. Before we can do anything with the data model, Excel needs your data in a proper table format, not just a range of cells, an actual named table. So click anywhere inside your sales data. Press Ctrl+T. A small dialog pops up. Make sure My Table Has Headers is checked. Then click OK. Your data is now a proper Excel table, but we need to give it a meaningful name. Up in the Table Design tab on the left, you'll see the Table Name field. Click it and rename it to Sales Table. Clean and clear. Now let's do the same for the other 2 sheets. Jump over to your Product sheet, click anywhere in the data, press Ctrl+T, click OK, and rename it Products Table. Then go to your Stores sheet, same steps. Ctrl+T, click OK, rename it Stores Table. 3 tables, all named, all ready. That's our foundation. Now let's bring them into the data model. Now here's where the real magic starts. We're going to add all 3 tables to Excel's data model, which is basically Excel's internal database engine. It lets Excel work with multiple tables at the same time without you needing to manually merge anything. Click on the Power Pivot tab in the ribbon. If you don't see it, don't worry. I'll put a note in the description on how to enable it. It comes with Excel, it's just sometimes hidden. Click Add to Data Model. You'll see a Power Pivot window open briefly. Just minimize it and come back to Excel. Now, click inside your products table and do the same. Power Pivot arrow, Add to Data Model. And one more time for your stores table. All 3 tables are now inside the data model. Excel knows they exist, but right now they're still separate. In the next step, we're going to connect them. This is my favorite step, because this is where everything clicks together. Literally. Go to the Power Pivot tab and click Manage Data Model. The Power Pivot window opens up. Up in the top right of this window, switch to Diagram View. Now, instead of seeing rows and columns, you'll see your 3 tables as visual boxes, like a map of your data. This is where we draw the connections. Think of it like telling Excel, hey, the store ID in the sales table is the same store ID in the stores table. They're linked. So click and drag from Store ID in Sales Table over to Store ID in Stores Table. a line appears connecting them. That's a relationship. Now, do the same for products. Drag from Product ID in Sales Table over to Product ID in Products Table. Another connection made. Just like that, Excel now understands how all three tables relate to each other. No formulas, no copying data. You just drew two lines and Excel figured out the rest. Close the Power Pivot window and come back to your spreadsheet. Now for the part you've been waiting for, building the actual report. Go to Power Pivot and click PivotTable. Choose to place it on a new worksheet and click OK. Here's something you probably haven't seen before. Look at the field list on the right side. You can see all three tables listed there. Sales Table, Products Table, Stores Table. All of them right there, ready to use together. This is the power of the data model. Normally, a pivot table only sees one table. Now it sees all three, and they're already connected. Expand Products Table and drag Product Name into the Rows area. Expand Sales Table and drag Quantity into the Values area. Expand Stores Table and drag Region into the Columns area. And look at that, a clean, professional report. Product names down the side, regions across the top, quantities in the middle. All pulled from three separate tables. 0 lookup formulas. Now let's take it one step further and calculate actual revenue. Not just quantity, but total sales value. And we're going to do it properly using something called a measure. Click anywhere inside the pivot table. Go to the Power Pivot tab, click Measures, then New Measure. In the dialog box, give your measure a clear name. Let's call it Total Sales. Then, in the Formula field, type this formula line. Here's what this does in plain English. For every row in the sales table, it multiplies the quantity by the product's price, then adds it all up. The related function is what reaches across to the products table to grab the price. And it works because of the relationship we built earlier. Click OK. Now, drag total sales into the values area of your pivot table. Revenue by product, broken down by region, calculated instantly. No formulas scattered across your sheet. Just one clean measure doing all the work. A couple of quick tips before you go. Table names matter. Make sure they match exactly what you reference in your formulas. Sales table, products table, stores table. Power Pivot might be hidden. If you don't see the Power Pivot tab, go to File, Options, Add-ins, COM Add-ins, and enable Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel. This scales beautifully. Whether you have 500 rows or 500,000 rows, this approach handles it without breaking a sweat. Lookup formulas can't say the same. And that's it! No more copying lookup formulas, no more slow files, no more broken references, just clean, connected tables and a report that updates itself. If this was helpful, hit that like button. It really does help the channel grow. And subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Got questions? Drop them in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.